There are people walking around right now with more ability than they will ever use. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they refuse to do the hard things when no one is watching. They refuse to get uncomfortable. They refuse to go deeper. They refuse to stay consistent once the excitement wears off. And that right there is where the gap is created. It's not intelligence, it's not genetics, it's not luck. It's the willingness to suffer a little longer than everyone else, to stay in it when quitting feels justified, to keep going when motivation is gone and discipline is the only thing left standing. Most people don't fail because they tried and lost. They fail because they talk themselves out of even starting. I can't do it. I'm not disciplined. I'm not built for that. I can't stay consistent. And the most dangerous sentence of all is not "I failed," it's "I can't." Because the moment you say that, you close the door before you even touch the handle. You don't lack strength, you lack standards. You don't lack discipline, you lack a reason strong enough to demand it. Because when something matters enough, you find a way. And when it doesn't, you find an excuse. There are no shortcuts. There never were. Every path that leads somewhere meaningful requires effort, patience, and pain. Anyone selling you a different story is either lying to you or already gave up on themselves. Progress is earned the long way, through repetition, through boredom, through showing up when it would be easier not to. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You are going to die. That's not morbid. That's clarifying. Knowing your time is limited should terrify you into action, not comfort you into safety. So why are you playing it safe? Why are you letting people who aren't living your life make decisions for you? Why are you shrinking your potential to make other people comfortable? Champions don't have something magical that you don't. What they don't have is an off switch. They don't stop when it hurts. They don't negotiate with discomfort. They don't wait until they feel like it. They just keep going. People will criticize you when you start winning, not because you're wrong, but because your success exposes their excuses. When you were unknown, nobody cared. When you were quiet, nobody complained. But the moment you start rising, the noise shows up. That's how you know you're moving. You want to know how far you're willing to go? That answer shows up when things stop being convenient. When it's cold, when you're tired, when your body hurts, when your mind tells you to stop. That's where truth lives. Not in your intentions, not in your plans, in your actions when it's hard. Life doesn't reward comfort. It rewards effort, and effort is painful. Grinding hurts, sacrifice hurts, discipline hurts. But regret hurts more, and it lasts longer. Pain is unavoidable. Choosing which pain you're willing to live with is where responsibility begins. Stop making everything easy. Stop making everything convenient. Comfort is a slow killer. It doesn't destroy you all at once. It numbs you over time. It dulls your hunger. It softens your edge. And before you realize it, years have passed and nothing has changed. If you truly want to get better, you cannot live the same way you've been living. Growth demands change, new standards, new habits, new boundaries. If you're not willing to give up who you are now, you don't get to complain about who you're not yet. Every morning presents the same choice: stay where it's warm and familiar, or get up and do what needs to be done. One more rep, one more step, one more mile, and when you get there, one more. That's how strength is built, not in dramatic moments, but in quiet decisions repeated daily. Grinding prepares you for life. When you do hard things on purpose, you stop being surprised by difficulty. You stop breaking when things go wrong. You stop panicking when pressure shows up. You've already trained for it. Earn your keep. Don't expect life to hand you anything. Build yourself into someone who can survive losing everything and still stand up. Because security is an illusion. Skills, discipline, and resilience are not. If you want more, you can't keep doing what feels good. You have to do what works. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable long enough to become dangerous. Pain can destroy you, or it can shape you. The difference is how you use it. Imagine if pain became fuel instead of an excuse. Imagine if struggle trained you instead of breaking you. Imagine if every hard moment was preparing you for rooms you haven't entered yet. There are no limits except the ones you accept. The world is bigger than the box you were handed. You don't need permission to build something. You don't need approval to pursue your vision. You need courage, discipline, and consistency. Build a legacy, not a reputation. Titles fade, applause dies down. What lasts is who you became and how you showed up when it mattered. When the small things matter to you as much as the big things, you know you're on the right path. What breaks people isn't hardship, it's the belief that they're fragile. It's the assumption that they can't handle more. You are stronger than you think, but you will never find out if you never test it. There is no tomorrow promised. There is only now. Waiting is a decision. Hesitation is a decision. Playing small is a decision. Own it or change it. Success is lonely. Few people are willing to pay the upfront cost, and when you succeed, many will resent you for it, not because you did something wrong, but because you did what they were afraid to do. Failure is part of the process. Everyone fails. The difference is who gets back up. Winners fail and adjust. Losers fail and quit. The failure isn't the problem. The refusal to try again is the problem. Consistency isn't enough. Intensity matters. Focus matters. Effort matters. You can show up every day and still not go all in. Comfort kills progress. Stop confusing preparation with progress. Watching videos isn't doing the work. Reading books isn't executing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. You don't need more motivation. You need higher standards. You need to expect more from yourself than anyone else ever will. Feeling stuck is a signal that you've stopped growing. Growth brings movement. Learning brings momentum, and momentum changes everything. Be careful who you listen to. Take advice only from people whose vision for your life is bigger than your own. Most people will project their fears onto you. Learn how to coach yourself. There will be days when no one encourages you, no one checks on you, no one cares. You still have to show up. Some days will hurt emotionally, some days financially, some days mentally. The question is not whether pain will come, it's whether you'll use it or waste it. Both paths are hard. The disciplined path hurts now. The easy path hurts later. Choose your suffering wisely. Lock in, focus, commit. Stop negotiating with your potential. Stop making excuses for habits you know are holding you back. You don't need to become someone else. You need to fully become yourself, and that requires effort, courage, and relentless honesty. Do the hard things over and over until your standards rise and your excuses disappear. That's how you level up.